When we think about traveling around the world, we imagine something long, peaceful, full of adventures and discoveries. But there are some who turn it into a race against time, a chase for a speed record. One of the most famous travelers who took on this challenge was Andrew Fisher from Great Britain. In 2018, he managed to break the Guinness World Record for the fastest trip around the world using passenger planes. Fisher started in New York and then traveled across the entire planet, visiting 4 main airline hubs along the way. The whole trip took him 72 hours and 45 minutes. That's less than 3 days to go around the globe. But that's not the only way these kinds of records are set. There are also travelers who decide to take on the challenge of around the world without a plane. Here, the story of Phileas Fogg from Jules Verne's novel comes to mind. In the 19th century, he came up with this idea, a trip around the world in 80 days. That was a made-up story, but for many, it became an inspiration for real journeys. In the real world, these records are even more amazing. The British traveler Mark Beaumont in 2017 did something unbelievable. He rode around the entire world on a bicycle. He covered a distance of over 40,000 kilometers and did it in just 78 days, 14 hours and 40 minutes. That means he rode an average of about 500 kilometers every single day. Another interesting record is the one for sailing around the world. The French sailor Francis Joyon in 2017 sailed around the earth in 40 days, 23 hours, 30 minutes and 30 seconds. Alone, fighting storms and the harsh ocean, he broke a record that once seemed impossible to beat. The most interesting thing about these stories is that each record breaker chose a different path and a different way to travel, plane, bike, sailboat, but the goal was the same: to go around the world faster than anyone before. It's proof that humans have always had a need to compete, but also a desire to see where the limits of human endurance and technology lie. And even though most of us will never take on such a challenge, just knowing that there are people who can go around the planet in less than 3 days makes a trip to the next town seem, well, pretty ordinary.